Hey guys, like I promised earlier, I will share with you how I made my fried rice, and these are my ingredients I used for this yummy delicacy. I used the turkey, liver, bell pepper and other ingredients. So what I'm gonna do first is to wash and cut my turkey and the liver, and after that I will season it with Maggi cube, salt, garlic, ginger, curry and onion, and I will allow it to cook for a few minutes just for it to get soft and done. So after about a few minutes of cooking, this is what it looks like, and you can see the meat is already soft and it's done. Likewise, the liver is done already. So what I'm gonna do next is to fry this turkey. I'll fry my turkey with vegetable oil. You can actually use olive oil or any groundnut oil of your choice you want to use. So I'll just fry my meat, and after that I will set aside the rest from the water, that is the stock, which is the juice from the meat I already cooked. So what I'm trying to do now is to set aside the meat, and after that the next thing is to turn my turkey. As you can see, the color is so crunchy. I just want my meat to be dry. I don't want it to be soft and half fried. I want it to be fully fried, and the color is just so brown. So I usually turn it when the color is already brown, as you can see the color from this video. So what I'm doing now is trying to make sure it doesn't burn. In as much as I want that color, I still don't want it to get burnt. And this is my liver I already cooked earlier. So this is me cutting it into smaller sizes. I just want to cut the liver into smaller sizes, and that is what I'm doing. So I'll quickly cut the liver to the smaller sizes, and after that the next thing I'm going to do is to take out my meat from the oil. As you can see, it's already fried. Everything is normal, it's okay, and I don't want it to get burnt. So what I'm trying to do is to take it out and complete the frying, because I still have to fry the other meats. This is just the first set. I'm just using this turkey for this fried rice because I prefer turkey or chicken, and it's better than fish or any other beef or whatever because of the harsh taste. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll leave it here and allow it to fry, and after that, like I said earlier, once it's just the way I want, I will flip it the other way around and allow it to fry before I take it out. As you can see, this meat is almost golden brown, not really, but it's so dry. I love my meat dry. The next thing I'm gonna do is to wash my bell pepper and carrot, and after that, like you can see, I'm just trying to remove the seed, and I want to make sure it's properly washed because I'll be cutting it after washing it. So this is just what I'm using, the red and yellow bell pepper. You can actually use the green bell pepper inclusive. Well, I'm going to take out the meat from the oil. Like you can see, it's already done and everything is fried. So now I'm done frying my turkey. The next thing I'm going to do is to fry the chopped cooked liver. The liver I cooked earlier, this is it. I just want to stir fry it for just a few minutes. I want it to be kind of crunchy and dry, not as soft as it's looking now. So I'm going to allow it to fry for some minutes. While I allow it to fry, I'll start cutting my other vegetables, starting with the red bell pepper. Well, if you already have your ingredients or your vegetables chopped already, maybe you bought them already made, it's fine and easier. But since these are fresh veggies, I'll have to cut and chop them to the size I want it. You can actually make yours bigger, but I want it to be like this. As you can see, the shape is just not big, it's not small, it's just there. So this is the way I continued cutting everything. I'm not using green beans to cook this fried rice, but it's also compulsory. In case you have green beans, you can as well add it, and it's gonna be really lovely and it's actually healthy. But I'm just using the bell peppers and carrots. So after cutting the yellow bell pepper, I will just clear aside and wash my hands and continue with my frying liver. As you can see, the liver is already getting dry almost. When you see this foamy look, as you can see, the foam is coming up and the liver is kind of drying up. The liver is becoming so crunchy now. So I'll just leave it and continue cutting my carrots the same way I cut my bell pepper. Is the same method I'm cutting the carrots. I just usually cut it that same way. The 4-corner box shape is the way I usually cut them. Some people cut them long, but I love them like this, just not tiny or big. So you can actually make yours the way you want. It's not compulsory you cut it like mine, okay? So after cutting this carrot, the next thing I'm going to do is to make sure the liver is not burning. In as much as you want it to be that brown and dry and crunchy, you should also make sure it doesn't burn. So as you can see, it's just there. It's now normal. It didn't burn and the color is still there. The crunchy nature is still there. When you touch it with your finger, you can see how dry it is and it's still fluffy inside. So that is it. I'll place a hot water on fire just to parboil the rice. This pot is what I will be using to parboil my rice. So while the hot water is on fire, I will just wash my hands and continue cutting the carrots. I will just make sure I finish cutting the carrots because I'm almost done. So this is just what I'm doing right now. The 4-corner shape as usual. I continued cutting, making sure not to hurt my fingers. In as much as you want to be fast, you should also be careful. So you can just take your time. This is not a competition. You can just take your time and do it the way you want. I want it. The next thing I'll be doing is to add my rice into the boiling water. I'm using 4 cups of rice, so this is just the measurement I used. I just want to make sure I add everything and I'll stir gently so it's mixed thoroughly. Then I cover and allow it to cook. While I watch other vegetables, this is what I'll be using. And this is the point where if you have your green beans or you're using any other vegetables, you can as well add it. You can as well get it set or wash and cut it to any size you want to use. So this is just what I'll be using. After watching it, I'll quickly cut it.
Mr. DJ, rewind the bit. I wanna tell you a story when happen for my streets. Na true story, yeah, up on the list. This girl to the waka waka, yeah. She the laba laba, yeah. This girl to the wara wara, yeah.
So I'm just trying to wash the rice to make sure it's so clean. I don't want it to be dirty in any way, not even particles or starch. I just want it to be plain and very clean. So you can take your time to wash the rice. You can wash it once or twice, but I'm washing mine twice like you can see. So after washing the rice, the next thing is for me to mix the turkey stock with the liver stock. That is the juicy water from the turkey and liver. I mixed them together And after mixing them together, I added my fresh pepper. You can add black pepper or any pepper you are using, but I just added my fresh pepper. And after adding the pepper, the next thing I'm going to add is 2 cubes of Maggi. I just added 2 cubes of Maggi, and after adding 2 cubes of Maggi, I will also add my salt. You can add salt based on your own taste, but I'm just adding 1 tablespoon of salt for taste. So after adding salt, the next thing I'll be doing is to add my curry powder. This is the point I add my curry powder. I'll be adding 2 teaspoons of curry powder, and you can see the color is already brightening up. After that, I added the parboiled rice I already washed earlier. So I'll be adding the rice, and after adding the rice, I'll just make sure everything is inside the pan because I don't want anything to waste. So I will just mix thoroughly and make sure everything blends together before I cover and allow to cook. But before that, I'll be adding 1 extra spoon of curry powder just on top of the rice, without turning it. I will just add it and cover it. After a few minutes, the water is dry and the rice is done. As you can see, the rice is done. It's not hard, it's not overcooked, it's just there, and the color is really amazing. So the next thing is to add my groundnut oil into my pot, and I will be adding the bell pepper because this is time for me to fry the veggies, or stir fry the veggies actually, because I won't fry for long. I added carrot next, and I added the spring onion, and after that I stirred gently, and I also added the sweet corn. You can skip it if you don't like it. After adding the sweet corn, I will be adding the liver I cooked and fried earlier. As you can see, I'm just adding half of everything because I'll be mixing twice, because the rice is much, so I'll be mixing twice. So after adding all this, what I'm going to do is to add just a pinch of curry for flavor, and after that I'll stir gently and allow it for about a minute or 2 before adding the rice. So I'll be adding the rice. I will scoop the rice with a spoon and add gently. I just want to add half of the rice into the pot, so I just mix thoroughly after adding the rice because I want to do this twice. Like I said earlier, I will stir fry gently, and I'll be adding this spring onion last. Like I just like adding it almost when it's ready because I don't want it to be overcooked. So I just added it, and this is just how it looks like. Trying to take the camera closer for you to see the look. Is just so nice, and the pot is not burning. You should also make sure it doesn't get burnt, because when it gets burnt, you lose most of the nutrients and most of the flavor and ingredients. So after that, I will set it aside because I'm done, and I placed another pot on fire, and after that I added my oil. This time I used olive oil. I added the oil and added the remaining bell pepper, and after that I'll add carrots. Just like I said, I'll be mixing twice. So I added all the ingredients I left earlier. I'll add and mix thoroughly, and I'll be adding the liver also. You remember I added half before, so I'm going to add the remaining half now, which is the last. So after adding the liver and everything is already inside this pot, I added the veggies, and I started scooping in the rice, which is the remaining rice. So this is what I meant by I'll be mixing twice. So I just wanted it to be like this, so this way I'll be able to mix everything without it getting burnt. And I mixed thoroughly. Also make sure your rice don't get burnt when you are cooking it and when you are frying it or stir frying it. Then I added the last spring onion and I mixed thoroughly. As you can see, it's already done, and everything is so yummy and healthy. The veggies are so lovely. They are not overdone. The rice isn't overdone or overcooked. Everything is just there and normal. So this is what I meant by stir frying gently till I turn off the heat. So this is just how it looks like, and I'll add the meat inside the pot. If you don't want to add it, you can as well set it aside, but I just love adding it. So this is what I have here. I will dish out just a little portion to taste it, and this is just the look. You can as well serve this with your salad, your coleslaw, your veggies, anything at all you want to serve it with. Even though the vegetable in the fried rice is already enough, but if you want to add more, you are free. So this is what I will do. I will leave it to cool while I taste the rice. As you can see, it's so yummy, and I'm really in love with this rice. And the meat as well is dry. I just love them dry. Thank you so much for watching this video. And also, if you want to know how I made my salad, like these ingredients at my back, I use them for salad. You can watch my next video to see how I made this salad.
So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to share with your friends, your family, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And most importantly, don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below your observation or whatever you think about this, or any method you think it's more easier, or whatever your opinion is. Just comment down below. I love you guys so much for your support so far. Bye.